Hello everyone, and welcome back to Voxel Tales. My name is Dan, and we're here outside the new inn we started building last week. Between episodes, I've done a bit of work over here in the main world. Not a massive amount. Mostly it was just putting in this herringbone dark oak floor and building up one of the exterior walls. Around this beam over here, so yeah, nothing major. Because I learned my lesson last week, the lesson being that trying to design something in survival without any idea of what you're doing is nothing but an exercise in frustration. At least for me it is anyway. Your mileage may vary. Instead, I did the smart thing and figured it all out in creative mode. Normally at this point I'd say, so I'm gonna go gather all the stuff we need and I'll meet you back here for a time lapse. And then I'd put the music on and just build it all. But for a change, I think we'll do it in sections this time. Also, I appear to be starving, so let me get some food in me and then we'll start with step 1, the downstairs ceiling. Okay, fully fed and watered. There is a mod I can add for that, you know, that makes it so I need to stay hydrated. Don't know how much, if any, fun that would be, but we could try it if you wanted. For now though, let's do the ceiling. To contrast the dark oak floor, I've decided to go with stripped birch for the ceiling. And as it happens, we've got a ton of birch in storage. So I'll make a bunch of the cube variant and we'll speed through stripping it all. Boosh. Done. Pretty sure nearly 6 stacks should be enough. If anything, it's probably overkill. I've brought the quadricopter over to help put in the ceiling. Since it's upgrades, I think it might actually be easier to build with than using the jetpack. Time will tell, I suppose. I've got a pattern in mind for the ceiling, which you'll have no doubt seen used before. Basically, you just alternate the direction of stripped logs and they make this natural checkered pattern. You'll know it when you see it. So without further ado, let's get this ceiling installed. Right, that's that done. Good job and all, because it's dark. Better grab my sword for any nasties on the way home. Speaking of which... Right, I'm going to zip to bed and then we can get on with the next step. Okay, all rested and back at the job site. The ceiling isn't done yet by any stretch, and trust me, there's a good reason for all these holes in it. I've not entirely lost my mind. Not yet, anyway.
Get in there, though.
Anyway, I'd say our next best bet would be to get the other 2 walls in so we have a more complete idea of what we're working with. So let's crack on. First thing we'll need is some more cobbled tuff and the very fun to say, cobbled cobblestone. Cobbled cobble probably amuses me more than it really should. Frustratingly, those are both chipped blocks, and all my chipped work tables are in the shed basement. Which wouldn't normally be a problem, but for some reason the elevator I installed yonks ago has recently started misbehaving. It's usually fine going down, but going back up is a total crapshoot whether you'll actually get there or not. The elevator will, but you might suddenly find yourself dropped into the caves below. Which is always fun. Anyway, back to the task at hand. Alright, brace yourself, Cal. No, well, bye then. Told you, flipping useless. I'll just use my jetpack. After taking the expressway out of the basement and wondering whether I should move those chipped tables into the storage system so I always have them on hand, I went back to the inn to put up the walls. I don't think I will move those chipped tables, you know. The more stuff I make instantly accessible, the less need there is to go anywhere, and what's the point of building something if you're never going to go back and look at it from time to time? And there we go, all the walls in, complete with holes for where we'll be putting the windows. How'd I manage to miss that?
Probably the same way you missed this guy.
As I was saying, all the walls in. What? Hey, it's our buddy the salesman. Where did he come from? Hello to you, sir.
Greetings, friend. It is good to see you.
Good to see you too. What you got for me this time?
Only the best friend, you know this.
Yeah. So what's the good word?
Well, friend, between you and I, within the capital, the Nether King's generals have been spotted again.
No.
It's true, friend. The king is hiring the heroes to investigate. You should get involved, make yourself a few emeralds, no?
Yeah, and if I go off and get myself killed, who's going to buy all your stuff?
Haha, this is true, friend. You are excellent customer.
Alright, give me a few of your fireworks, and I'll probably take all your firework stars too. In fact, I'll go grab some more paper and I'll have the rest of the fireworks. After making some more paper, I cleared out the trader's entire supply of fireworks.
Thank you again, friend. So, what is it you are building here?
Well, eventually it's going to be an inn. You can't really have tourists and that if they've got nowhere to stay.
Ah, very nice. More people means more customers.
Yeah, well, when you're loaded, remember who made the inn, eh?
Haha, of course, friend.
Ugh, it's raining again. Well, I better get back to work, but you can hang out if you want until the rain passes.
Very kind, friend.
So, I think it makes sense if we tackle the windows next. I've got to make some adjustments to the ones we already did, because while I was working in creative, they needed a bit of reshaping, which I promise will make more sense when we get some of the details in later. You doing okay there, buddy? Why does he look so annoyed? I'm sure it's fine. Okay, that's got all the windows in. Right, what's next on the agenda? Fireplace, maybe? Oh, you know what? I need to move that. Actually, what do you call the hole the door goes in? Anyway, I realised not long after the last episode finished that if this place is going to have the communal bar area I was planning, it was also going to need public washrooms and a kitchen, or else it wouldn't make sense. So yeah, that's where this door hole will eventually lead to. With that done, I thought about putting in a few of the sofas to make the place look a little less empty. Unfortunately, that required green wool, which needed green dye, and I was fresh out. A quick check showed that I could craft it from cactus and botania shimmering green mushrooms, of which I had precisely one. On the plus side, it finally stopped raining. On the downside, bone meal doesn't work on it. Dang it! Thankfully, after an embarrassingly long time, I remembered that ferns could be milled into green dye. So I soon had a decent amount of dyed wool, and by extension, a bunch of green sofas. And there we go, some nice cozy corners. Okay, I know I'm going to need a lot of stripped spruce for the detailing, and if I'm right, we should have half a truckload of it in the wood farm.
Is that a technical term?
Yeah, it's more than a bit, but less than a ton. Oh yes, we do indeed have a truckload. I'll not force you to watch me stripping again.
Oh, matron.
So I'll sort it, I'll see you after. Everybody knows that the scat man stutters, but doesn't have a stutter when he... Huh? What's happened over here? Pillager massacre by the looks of it. Been busy, chaps. Okay, I'm back, and I'm mildly annoyed. I just spent however long converting round logs into blocks and stripping it all, with the intention of making some of... these, reinforced spruce logs. Do you see the problem? You make them in the carpenter's workbench using any variation of stripped spruce logs. Yep, logs, not wood. Even though they're practically the same thing, stripped wood is a no-go. So I'm going to make a create saw and let it do the stripping for me.
Oh my...
No, we're not doing that one again, we're classier than that. Just need a few plates. Nope. Definitely not. Come on. Aha! Right, just need to go strip a log so I can get the filter set and we'll be good to go. Nice. With the logs sorted, I made a few of these lantern blocks for the next stage of the inn. You've probably figured it out already, but we're going to use all these bits to make support pillars. The reinforced logs go at the bottom just for a bit of interest at the base. Then the stripped spruce wood will make up the majority of the rest of the pillar. And then the lantern blocks go in to complete them. Oh, look at that. We're done. Go away, Tunch. Alright, we're definitely getting there, and once I get this fireplace in, it should start looking a lot more complete. Okay, so I did that thing again where I have a break and forget to press record when I get back. But it was only for a couple of minutes, and all I did was put in the mantle and a bit of trim, so you didn't miss much. See, I'd not even put up these candlestick holders before I realised. Sadly, the candles are more for ambiance than anything. Their actual light output is pretty pitiful. I do have a plan for something to go above the mantle, but I want to get the rest of the room finished first. I'm also not going to light the fireplace until the upstairs is done, because things have a tendency of finding their way up here, falling down the chimney, and burning to death, which isn't ideal. So there are two more main parts of the room I want to get done today, the stairs and the bar. Sorry, I seem to have missed a bit of pillar here. There we go. I've gone with ancient oak for the stairs. I think they go pretty well with the dark oak and contrast well with the paler birch ceiling. Or I could just be talking out of my backside. That's always a possibility. Right then, let's get these stairs in. Ah, nuts. I forgot to make some of those. One moment. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, stairs in. Not finished yet, but I'll probably leave them until I do the upstairs. And that just leaves the bar, so let's get that in. Alright, the bar is in. It's looking a bit empty at the moment, but that's not a big deal right now. I've picked out these recipe boards to hang behind the bar. They're from the drink beer mod, which seems appropriate, so let's whip up a few. Or I would, but they don't seem to have a recipe. Good. Oh, maybe I just need to make one of these recipe board packages. It's got a recipe to make it, at least. Alright, let's see what we got. Haha, that is what we wanted. Also got a cash register, because obviously going to need one of those. And I've got a copycat trapdoor for here. Seamless. Actually, I might as well put those other recipe boards up. There, that works. And I should probably plug these holes. Trust me, that'll make sense soon. For the next bit, I need a lot of copycat panels, so I shall go and make some and get it all installed. And there we go, that's all the roof beams in. Just needs tables and chairs now. So, with a little editing magic... Ta-da! Tables all in. Might even light the fireplace for the sign-off. Well guys, that's it for this one, I'm afraid. Still lots to do, but this place is coming along nicely. For now though, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the show, then help us grow by subscribing and leaving us a cheeky like or a comment below. I've been Dan. This has been Voxel Tales, and until next time remember, be good, and if you can't be good, don't get caught. Bye guys.